A year or two ago, I was at the airport. I don't really travel that much. I started traveling, or I didn't really travel a lot up until a year or two ago. And I was at O'Hare Airport, and one of the things I noticed is so many people in food service. There's like 6 or 8 people at the subway, and like half a dozen people making bagels and sandwiches, and Chinese little Chipotle thing. There's like 10 people there. And one of the things I was thinking of, there's so many people in food service, especially at this airport. There must be thousands of people. I was like, that seems so inefficient. What if, one of the things I was thinking of is, what would Jeff Bezos be thinking of this? He'd be like, I'm going to get rid of those guys, and we can make it more efficient. And the reason why I'm talking about this is last week during my speech, I was also talking about the singularity, which is how technology is accelerating. So everything is like doubling every year or two. If you look at Elon Musk, when they asked him about his car factory, I think a year or two ago, he was saying, well, I'm going to have robots build my cars, but then he also said, I'm going to have robots building robots. If you can imagine that, I mean, how would that make his company accelerate as far as developing? And if you think about other things like a McDonald's, is there anyone that doesn't think in 20 years a McDonald's won't be run maybe by one person? I mean, think about it. So in my speech last week, I also talked about a company called Luckin Coffee. Has anyone heard of it? It's called Chinese Starbucks. It's from China. And the thing about Luckin Coffee that makes itself so efficient is you have to buy everything in an app. So in China, they have like 4,000 or 5,000 stores. Everything needs to be purchased on an app. But it's also a technology company in other ways. They're coming out with these coffee kiosks and automated stores where pretty much the whole store eventually will be automated. So basically the reason why I'm talking about all this like automation, the future, Elon Musk, robots building robots, is where we are today. In my speech last week, I was trying to give you a stock tip about Luckin Coffee, which I think will be a good stock, but when I was thinking about my speech, I was more thinking about not really a stock tip, but with all this change and singularity. Has anyone heard of the singularity?
Yeah.
Singularity, where technology is accelerating, all these things. How's it going to affect your own life, or maybe your career choices? That seems to me the big lesson from all this stuff. Not how you're going to make money in the stock market, but maybe how's it going to affect your life, your career choices, and just a whole bunch of different things. Just on a related topic, one of the guys running for president, his whole platform is he wants to give $1,000 to each American every month. Now it's funny because I'm kind of a numbers guy, and I've actually figured this out. I did the math, and it comes out to like $6 trillion or something like this, and our budget is only $4 trillion. So obviously, you know, to me it's a very silly idea. But at the same time, he's a technologist, a futurist, and he does see all these things happening with technology, and eventually factories are going to run on their own, robots are going to produce pretty much everything, and there'll be an unlimited amount of riches, and people will be sitting around and hopefully they'll collect these $1,000 checks. So in closing, I just want you to think about how life is changing. Even Toastmasters is changing, where the whole Toastmaster platform is going digital. And we were thinking, well, how come not as many people came to this meeting as maybe 6 months ago? And we thought, well, maybe kids today are so into digital, they don't speak. Who knows? But the fact is, things are changing. So I'll leave it at that, and hopefully you can figure out for yourself how this change will work for you.